Good evening, YouTube. What is going on, everybody? Just thought I'd go live for a second, say, hey, what's up? Before tonight's video, just in case you didn't notice, we are... Hello, all of one of you. I just got back. I wasn't going to even go live tonight before tonight's episode, but I thought I'd just drop in and say hi, everybody, and remind you, wow, I thought I wouldn't switch to the other camera, but holy bad quality. Whatever. Just thought I'd drop in for a second and say hello. And before tonight's episode starts, this is the other part I promised you. It will be up on time as per the community post in just 3 minutes. So I'm just dropping in to say, hey, check out tonight's video. You don't want to miss it. I actually like this better than the first part. This night fishing thing turned out so cool. For those of you that are interested in the actual, like going out and trying night fishing and stuff like that, I think this is really a neat thing. There's a blue light and a green fish light that comes from this company. And it is really neat. Real bright bite LED, and it worked really good. So I can totally recommend it. They didn't pay me anything to say that, and this was just something they had sent me like a while ago. And I tried it once before and never managed to get it to work because you still have to be sort of in the right place, but at the same time, if you're like in a place where fish like white perch or crappie are schooling and you put it in and you start using it on either a regular basis or you find the school of them and you put it in, it like holds the school of fish right there. It's pretty neat. You'll see it in the video. I got some great underwater footage in tonight's video, and I hope you like it. It is out in 1 minute. So I just thought I'd stop by and say hey for a second and enjoy this second episode, second part 2 of this tonight. Yo, Zach, what you doing with your raft? Want to sell it? You know what? That's funny you should say that. I think the last episode is actually going to be called For Sale. I got to cover it up for the winter. It's been sitting upside down right now. It's not gonna. This thing would not last unless it got some paint on it and stuff. And even then, I didn't buy the most expensive plywood, so I don't know. I feel a little guilty about selling because it's not like it's built out of anything all that super duper great, but it is pretty rugged. But if I took care of it, I could have it for the next 7 years and do multiple adventures on it. I think it would last at least the next 7 years before we had too much delaminating and problems. What one do you like better? How do I watch 87 Days from Alone? Alone is available on TV. It is available on, all kinds of places. And the show, tonight's episode, is also available right now. You can watch it. I'm going to put the link in the thing here. You can watch Alone on Hulu, Amazon. It's free on Hulu, outside of paying for Hulu. Here is the link right here to tonight's episode, The Night Fishing Adventure. Check it out. And I think that's all Alone is available on. Season 6 is now on Netflix, but it doesn't look like they're going to go back and add past seasons. It stinks because that's like, actually, if there's any dream that I have with all this that I'm doing, is to be on Netflix. I don't know why, but for some reason that feels like, to me, that feels like you've made it if you're on Netflix, and you have yourself a show on Netflix. So I would love to find out that, like, after like some big exec from Netflix or something like that sees, or if I could figure out how to pitch it to somebody, like, the 30-day survival challenge is available on Netflix or something like that. I want to film maybe the next season of the 30-day survival challenge in 4K, maybe, just for that very purpose. So it's like ready to go. So we were looking into that the other day. You have to have certain cameras to be on Netflix and everything. So maybe someday on Netflix. Here. And wouldn't that be cool? So many people have said that before, like you should have your own show and all that stuff. Here is once again the link for tonight's episode. Oops, I didn't save it. I was going to save it so I could actually copy and paste it myself again. So it is live now, and it's not that premiere stuff. So if you go on, or if you don't want to watch it right now, you can watch it later. Go make your popcorn and then watch it. It's not premiering, so you don't have to like watch it from the beginning. Otherwise, you're halfway through or any of that foolishness. I do like the premiere thing, but I don't like the fact that it comes out for the people that watch it the first time only in 720p. I think it's kind of neat to be able to watch it and chat with you guys. A lot of people have watched the premieres for a long time and asked really good questions, and I've been able to answer them right then and there. So I don't know. We'll just do it like this for now while we're putting this series out. Is still on keto. I'm yes, I'm on keto. I kept goofing around all summer and stuff like that, but I've been behaving myself for the most part. Outside of, I keep having like a cheat day once a week, so I'm not even doing a great job of keto. If you do keto, you really need to do a good month and a half or 2 months or even like maybe 3 months of no cheating whatsoever when you first get into it to make a huge difference. So I have been back to getting slimming up, or on my way towards slimming up. But yeah. So here is tonight's episode. It just came out. For those of you that are just tuning in, I pop in and say, hey, what's up, everybody? And remind you with the live stream that there is a part 2 to day 4, and it's especially coming out for you tonight, so you can watch it. So you don't have to hang out here and chat with me. Feel free to leave me here sitting by myself. Just teasing. Maybe do an after show instead of a live show. That's kind of true. Like an after show would be something, but with the show episode so long as it airs, like I'm just going to delete this live stream after. This is horrible quality. I didn't hook up the camera. I just got home with the girls, and I thought I'd go live for a minute and say, hey, what's up? And so true. How was 30 days in a hammock? 30 days in a hammock is actually really good. I keep saying it, and I haven't done it yet, that I'm going to set the hammock up in my bedroom and just sleep in my hammock. I'm always like really excited to be out of it and sleep in a regular bed again. But I have these ins and outs of sleeping in a regular bed makes my back hurt. It's probably because I don't have the best bed in the world. It's not a bad bed. Folks come and I give them my room when they're visiting, and they love it. They're like, oh, this is the nicest thing in the world. And I even got them a new mattress at home, and they still like my bed better. And I feel I go through these spells like 5 or 6 days where my back hurts, and I never have bad back problems when I'm sleeping in the hammock in the woods. So I don't know. How did I get my start in bushcraft? I was just my dad and taking me on adventures and stuff, and I was kind of into it. Thanks, Rob, for the super chat. That's super. And then super dorky, I know. Dad teaching us how to start fires with one match. And then as I get older, I studied all of that stuff as I was living out in the woods in my camper. So that I would go buy all these books at garage sales and then study them to use the technology, bushcraft technology, to catch the woodchuck that's eating my cabbages and things. And that's why I felt like I could go do the alone thing, because all the stuff I'd learned over the years from books. So I was mostly heading out there to do that thing with some durability skills, I think, of like mainly from living out in the woods and my creativity. And the majority of that stuff I had only ever, done minimally before. It was all book knowledge. So, I did a lot of stuff, but not like nothing like I did out there on alone to that scale, not nearly. What is your thoughts on the dancing Israelis? I have no idea what you're asking there. Maybe if I read it wrong, I apologize. Or if I'm missing out on the news, that's why I don't know stuff. Hey, I'm 20 there. So, what pet do you want to have sometime in your life? I do want I want a dog. I haven't had a dog since Jamie left and took the dog with her. It was hers, and then she had given it to me, and then she took it back, and I miss Fernie. It was a cute little teeny dog. You might remember it in the back of the background, those of you that watched. Here's a link to tonight's video. It is live, so if you're like, well, why am I wasting my time here listening to him dribble on and answer questions? Well, you don't have to. You can click on tonight's video and check it out. It turned out awesome. Really fun. Don't let this whole fishing stuff dissuade you. If you trust me with your time, I always make the videos fun and adventurous, and it's just really neat. So I don't think you necessarily have to be into fishing to enjoy these videos. It does seem to be the bigger part of most of these videos because it's on the WaterWorld, but there's lots of neat things that go on in it. And feel no pressure to buy. I don't know why some people are getting real bent out of shape. Like, you're just trying to sell stuff. You're selling out. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? And then I watched the video after reading those comments. I'm like, oh, I did talk about a lot of products. But I don't know. I was just talking about the stuff that I'm using and the gadgets and gizmos. I have way too many gadgets and get too carried away with things and stuff sometimes. But that's just having fun. When I go out on alone again, and I'm only allowed 10 items and I'm not allowed to talk about any gear, I'll, be just bare bones in it again for the most part. I have no interest in it whatsoever in just going out with a flint and a knife or something into the woods and doing like the most minimal stuff. I like to make things, and to make things, I need my tools. So I don't have any collabs coming up soon because most people aren't allowed to go or come or be here or there anywhere without much hassle, or they don't have enough nerve to leave their homes. So I don't think, I mean, hello, Vermont. VT Outdoors. Thank you. So I don't know when the next time I'll get a chance to collaborate. Woody Beardsman and I were talking about Florida, maybe in the early spring when it's still colder down there. Bob Hansler wants us to come down to Texas at some point. And some other people don't want me to come down to Texas, and I really would love to do everything. But I think the hardest part about me doing adventures and getting away from home is because it's like most of the time I have to go find people because people don't want to go out of their own way to come up here, which doesn't make any sense. It's beautiful here. So I have to go find people, and it's hard for me to get away with the girls. I don't want to leave them. I don't like be taking off too many times. And I've already taken off once for a TV show that you guys didn't get to see yet because it hasn't aired yet. And that will be on in either sometime late December or January. And they haven't aired the actual air date yet. And that's just me on a talent show shooting the slingshot. But there's a lot more to it because it's a new one, and it's got a lot of really neat stuff going on with it. You guys are going to like it. So I was gone for like 3 weeks to do that because of the quarantine and all this stuff. So it was almost as long as a 30-day survival challenge for that. And, so probably won't be going away until late spring for another thing. So probably no collaborations unless somebody is willing to come visit me. Question, what rod do you prefer to use in freshwater? I like them all. I like my telescoping poles because they go with me, and I end up using them just pretty much all the time. But honestly, when I pick up a good rod that's like a nice one piece or something else, the action on them is so much better than the telescopers. It's like, it's kind of nice to have a boat rod that I can keep, like a 1 or 2 piece rod that's in the boat that, has got a lot better, zip to it when you're casting and stuff. I love the custom rod that, the gear video will be out soon for this WaterWorld thing. I was kind of putting it off because I've been so busy and working so hard to get these episodes put together. But I'll put out the gear video soon, and maybe even this next week. And we'll go into more detail on the rods and stuff that I use. But ugly sticks make great rods, I always found. Greg loves the ugly stick, and after trying his a couple times, and a pen reel and an ugly stick make such a great combination. But I mean, any good rod with the right action for the right kind of lures that you're using and fish that you're using, the more you learn about it, the more spoiled you kind of want to be. And we just started stocking rods and stuff on the website, and I've got some great ones from HT for ice fishing coming up soon with some small rods, and can't wait for ice fishing. I can't even tell you how much I think I love fishing nowadays as much as I love shooting my slingshot. So the more you learn about fishing, the more you like having the right rod for the right situation. Just feels so cool and so much fun. The ice rods in the challenge, those are all from Alex Perrick. They are the frostbite rods, and a lot of the little, maybe not this episode was I was using something different, but the rest of the time we've been using a lot of frostbite jig heads, stuff like that. And then we started just using bare hooks. We found that almost works better with these white perch and big old hunks of worm. I loved that. I love your videos. Drink blackout coffee, Fowler edition. Can you recommend another one to try? I have tried Morning Reaper. I like all the blackout coffees. I don't like flavored coffees. But even the one that I did try, they had a blueberry flavored coffee from Blackout. It was really great. Yeehaw. Thank you, Christopher. Fellow Manier here. Look forward to the next WaterWorld video. What do you think of ranked choice voting? Did I miss something? Oh, here's the link. If you're looking forward to the next WaterWorld video, that is tonight. It's up right now. It just came out, so I don't know why you're hanging out here talking to me. You could be watching the video, but it's not a premiere thing, so you could watch it in high def. Go make your popcorn, come back, and watch it in high quality. So you don't have to hang out here. Yes, so happy day 4.5 is out. This one turned out really cool, and I got really carried away as usual with all the fun stuff that I put in it. So I think you'll really like this. So if you're hanging out here and like, why is he? I'm just chilling. Just thought I'd come up and hang out with you guys for a minute before the episode. And now the episode is out. It's airing, and this live stream will be deleted after I'm done here chatting it up with you guys. Ranked choice voting. I don't know why we have to change voting. If we can go to the grocery stores and wear masks, then why can't we go to the polls and wear masks? I mean, what's the big deal? Just as many people are cycling in and out of those places. Probably more people go to the grocery store than are going to show up at the polls to do their part to vote for our president. So if that's what you're talking about, I'm really not happy with this voting by mail stuff. And I'm hoping that that's not going to be the whole thing. Because if it is, nobody's going to believe that they're not being tampered with, because they are being tampered with. And our country is so screwed after the election, nobody's going to accept it. Or I don't know. It's going to be a mess. What if you have nothing better to do? What if you have nothing better to do? Then you can hang out here. I guess I'm not trying to send you away, if that's what you're talking about. If you have nothing better to do, there is over 300 videos on my YouTube channel. Go ahead and binge. And I'm just kidding. Binge watch them if you want. You have my permission. Do you ever sit in the back garden, cover yourself in dirt, and pretend to be a carrot? Or is that just me? I think, Thomas, that is just you. At the beach, I've done that, bury myself, and yeah. But I wasn't even pretending to be a carrot then. I don't know. I just was a kid and was burying myself. So that's a great comment, though. That's like a... Here is the link again for those of you that are just popping in. Tonight's video is out, part 2 of day 4, a night adventure. An awesome catch and cook, probably the best catch and cook we had. I don't know if it's like necessarily the best filmed catch and cook. The best filmed cook we had in this whole adventure was, I think, day 2 when Chris cooked, and I was able to just focus on filming him and all of his chopping and stuff instead of having to do the cooking and filming myself when I was doing it. I don't know why Chris didn't help me with the filming of that. He was too busy picking his nose. Do you ever sit in the... Oh, I read that one. There is something about digging your fingers into the soil when you're planting and gardening and getting dirty. That just feels so good. So I can understand wanting to bury yourself in the garden and pretend to be a carrot. Will you do more videos with Greg? Yes, we will. Greg and I were just talking yesterday. He got back from, or he's still out there over at Vancouver Island. I think he's probably on his way back right now to Canal Flats and stuff. And we were trying to decide what to do, like to do a truck build for him and get him a new truck. And he's just worried about trying to do that this year and then get back across the border with it and all that stuff. So he's probably just going to get a vehicle that he needs to make it through the winter. And then maybe come down for Thanksgiving. My girlfriend's coming down before Thanksgiving and to be here. So I'm like super psyched about that because I've never actually met before. I keep bringing it up because I'm kind of like excited about that, but we'll see. And those of you that are like, what? Oh, you'll just have to wait and find out more about that. That's all I'm saying for now. And then Greg might come down after and be here and have all of us together at Thanksgiving in Vermont, and then and have him hang out for a little bit or something, and then head back. But it's like right now to do that, we've been finding out that you have to have a COVID test like 24 hours before you come and get the results, which is not how those work. Like they give you a test and then it takes a while to get the results usually. But if they know you're traveling, you have to make special arrangements or travel here and then go into quarantine and then to have a test done while you're here. And so hopefully after the election, we can just drop all this nonsense, because there's other states that are open right now that have like 100,000 times more cases than we have, and there's really no reason for it here. There's zero cases, and there's like, it's ridiculous. In the past 5 months, we're talking, like, I don't remember what it was for our exact county. It's like 30 cases and 1 death. I mean, more people died last year from the flu in this county, I think, than that. And in Maine, it's only a couple more. It's like double what flu season did, So it's in all of Maine. So it's not really, you do more videos or that. Why do I always do that? I always read things twice. So if you guys are here, the ones that were getting all like mad at me for not wearing a mask in Home Depot and stuff, that's why. Because there isn't any appreciable amount. Like, what's the point in walking around suffocating yourself half to death? Do you vote for anyone? I haven't voted for anyone yet. I will be voting for Trump. Like I've said in the past, it all breaks down to one thing: all lives matter, and I don't feel like that's the truth of the Democratic Party. They will always make decisions that are not. So, despite their campaigns, Trump has voted down abortion, and the other guys don't in many circumstances. So, can you do a video in the redwoods? That would be interesting. Going to any of these national parks, though, would mean very little things that you could do, and there's lots of rules, and you never know when you can get one of those places, and you're like, ugh, I want to do a video that in a place where there's less rules. I'm sick of doing videos in places and doing everything I can to study them before I go there, and then finding out after that, the guide that told me I could do this or that, like, oh yeah, by the way, that was illegal. And I'm like, oh great, send me another ticket. I've only ever gotten one ticket, but there's been a couple other times that things have turned out to be like questionable, or and it's like, hello fan from the Philippines, Brian Manuel. Bran Manuel, I don't know, I'm horrible with names. Thanks for watching all the way from the Philippines. Here is the link once again to tonight's video. It is live now, so you don't have to sit here and listen to me blather on about things that you might not care about. You just want to watch the fun videos. I know, well, at least 200 of you seem to think I'm interesting. That's next on the schedule. Probably a lot of independent stuff. I already did a squirrel catch and cook that we'll edit after this series is over, or something like that, and put that out. I want to do more Trick Shot Tuesdays. I've really been getting behind on the slingshot stuff over the last couple of years. A build a cool target box, and then we got a bow, and we got blow guns that have come from Cold Steel. So we've really been like filling out the website with like all the stuff I use in our adventures, and knives and hammocks. And like, there's this giant hammock that I want to get my hands on that's like ridiculous. It's like a 40-person hammock, and so I want to do like a hammocking in that, and mess around with just some fun stuff and some really creative ideas. And take some time to shoot some really unique videos, kind of thing. I keep getting locked into these series, and then they take forever to edit and a lot of work. That's why it only comes out once a week. It takes Matt and me all week long to edit one video because we just put so much into it. But that's cool. That's why they're special. Is your top slingshot recommendation? Any slingshot that you purchase, if you fall in love with the way it looks, pick it out, get it. They all shoot great. We don't bother to sell the ones that are junk. But if it's like the best slingshots out there and maybe the easiest to get off the ground with and use really well, it's the Scout or the Scout LT Axiom Ocularis. And those are the most middle of the road, best kind of slingshot. If you're talking about best is probably the hammer slingshot. It's stability and locked on your arm. And but like 90% of the slingshot shooting and everything that goes into it, that's all the flat bands. So you can have that with any slingshot. And then it's just, just consistency in using it. So if you see one that you like on the website and you're like, oh, I love that one, but he said this one was the best, don't worry about it. Get that one, practice with it. You get good with it just like you can any of the others. It might just be a little easier to get better initially, for the first month of playing around with it, quicker with maybe the Scout LT or the Axiom Ocularis. My new one, which is very affordable, the Sparrow, which is available and now is awesome too. For those of you just tuning in, here is the link. Tonight's video is up. Part 2 of day 4 is up. The night adventure turned out really awesome. Check it out. I want to vlog, but I don't have a camera. You can vlog on your phone. There's a great camera on most phones, and I know a lot of people that have built their entire channel and a full-time income with just shooting with their phones, especially TikTokers. In new to your channel, what should I watch first? Oh, geez, I don't know. Whatever you want to watch. if you're into the slingshot stuff, I mean, if you guys are new to the channel, and even if you've been here for a little bit, but you haven't watched all the different seasons and stuff, I mean, we put a lot into the 30-day survival challenge. And so each season is very unique and very great story and very applicable. I think that's one of the coolest things about my channel. And I know, not to like toot my own horn, I'm just saying that like a lot of people have YouTube channels and they're just like dropping stuff out there. Like just, you know, like just keep dropping stuff and trying to, or like trying to throw stuff against the wall and trying to get a hit, you know? And so you get like just a bunch of junk, and then you get something cool and then a bunch of junk, or it's just all like the same thing constantly. And they're just rolling over viewers. Whereas my channel, there's the 30-day survival challenge, the wilderness living challenge, you know, and there's 3 seasons of 30-day survival challenge, 2 wilderness living challenges, you know, WaterWorld. All those can be found in the playlist, plus Trick Shot Tuesdays. You can binge watch those series, all these series that you can find on the playlist section on my page. You can fall down a rabbit hole so easily. 87 days, the reenactment of all I did on Alone, but as if I did it here in Maine. All the neat little things that are part of each of those playlists, and watching a series makes this channel so much more unique than other ones where they're just, you know, just a bunch of randoms, you know. Can you give me a discount code for Wadobo? I cannot just give out a discount code for Wadobo, even though that would be nice. We do have a thing. If you join, hit that join button next to the subscribe button. We're going to start dropping heavy duty weekly discounts coming up towards Christmas time, for special ones for everybody, but also for members of that discount range of getting discounts. So I'm going to make good on that. Are you pre-ordering a PSK-1? I have I'm at somebody Go Prepared sending me an PSK-1. What is your least favorite game to eat? I would have to say possum. So far, possum was the most. The first one was good. The second one wasn't so good. I think even though possums or any of those other things, like you can eat those and they can be like chicken and you never even know the difference with wild game. It just depends on how you cook it. If you cook it all plain and boring and you just put it with butter and like, you know, on rice or something like that, like you're going to taste more of that. Like it tastes a little, you know, depending on how picky you are, you're going to taste like it tastes a little off compared to chicken or beef or whatever your mind wants to make it taste like. And that can throw you off. But you go and make a curry paste or something like that and mix it in with some curry, you know, buy a jar of curry and like, boom. Oh, but there's certain things that you don't have to do that with. You do a raccoon and it's great, you know, and doesn't matter how you do it. They're really good. There's nothing wrong with that. But you go and turn it into something awesome by doing it with a little bit of, I keep thinking curry because it's just like, or barbecue sauce. You make like a pulled pork raccoon sandwich. Oh my goodness. Zing. I will be doing Alone All Stars if they have it, as long as they want me on it. They had already talked to me about it before, and I thought it was a thing, and then it turned out it wasn't a thing. Week seeking for Bigfoot. I am not planning on going and looking for Bigfoot because I don't believe so. I would be not very good at doing a Bigfoot, searching for Bigfoot thing probably. I wouldn't mind if some experts invited me on a going and looking for Bigfoot, and I was like, you know, like not wasting my time looking in the wrong places, and see if what they're showing me gives me any different opinion. But other than that, I wouldn't go out of my way to just traipse into the woods. What is the biggest game you've taken with the slingshot? The possum, and that was probably the biggest. Ever eat a Bigfoot? I think I would have a hard time eating a Bigfoot if I ever did come across one. I'd let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Here is a link. Oh, Tyler beat me to it right there. There's a link to tonight's video. If you're just coming in and you're like, what is this? This isn't the video I was looking for. tonight's video 4.5, the night fishing on the night fishing and catch and cook out on the fishing float there. Check it out. It turned out really good. I had a lot of fun in the edit with this one. I got really carried away with some really fun stuff. So I'm glad I broke it into 2 pieces, because otherwise, if this had all come out in one video on Friday, it wouldn't have been nearly as clever and nearly as funny and stuff. And that's why we took our time with it. And there were 2 completely different subjects and stories. So it's like, what do I make the thumbnail about? Like, leave out the night fishing stuff, and then it's like, surprise, that's in there. And people don't stick around usually for that until the very far into the video, unless it's about that exact thing. What about 30-day survival challenge in Utah? I don't have any plans for that. Like I've said in the past, my plans are Florida, Siberia, South Africa, and I don't know, probably somewhere tropical some point, but it might just be like, besides Florida. WOODSMEN wants to do it. I'm not too keen on it, but if he does all the planning, because I just not like all that keen on hot places, and I want to go to Florida when it's still cool. You ever thought about doing a 30 days in outside of North America? You betcha. Yeah, I guess he posted that before I started saying that. Greg wants to do Australia. I'd love to do Australia. I don't know about 30 days. And wintertime Siberia, probably fall Siberia. So it was like all the best hunting seasons and stuff. I would love for Siberia to end with, like 5 or 6 snowy days. I wouldn't mind doing where they were just in the last 2 seasons of Alone. There was so much game and stuff there. That was nice. I have had moose burgers and elk. Elk, I think, was the best I've ever had, for like big, meaty deer type animals, I guess you would say. Do you ever know how to cook adobo? I've never actually had adobo. After we made the adobo for the WOODSMEN, which is about a 90%, like 10%, 10 to 20% difference from Adobo. Adobo is from adobo that they sell at the store, but I haven't actually had it. As far as recipe wise, it's closer to 20% difference from their recipes, I think, ratio wise, and like 2 ingredients that aren't even in adobo that are actually in adobo. So, excuse me, I got an itch. So I've had moose. I haven't had moose burger. Now that you say that, quail would be good. I like everything. There isn't much stuff I don't like except for beets. I don't know what. I mean, I'm pretty sure God was just like, watch this. I'm going to make this highly controversial vegetable that kids will never like, and parents will always be mad at their kids for not liking, because they're like, they're sweet, they're delicious. Why don't you like them? What's wrong with you? He just thought that was funny. Would you ever try to duck hunt with a slingshot? I've shot a duck and cooked it, whacked a duck and cooked it with my slingshot once before. It's not legal around here, so I can't do it. But I did do it at a farm with some farm-raised ducks that were semi-wild, and they were bugging the owner. And he's like, you can harvest them. So I harvested the ducks and ate those with the slingshot. I mean, it wasn't exactly shooting fish in a barrel because they were semi-wild, but they were also not able to fly. So cooked it with bacon. Do you like, I love more knives. We just started stocking those on the website. We're doing some work on our analytics on the website and found that more people search for knives and hammocks than any of the other stuff that we have on the website. And maybe because maybe part of the analytics is too is they weren't seeing them on the website, so they actually went and typed it into the search bar. But we're like, oh, we had to remedy that. So we got knives, and now we got hammocks coming soon. Burke River knives. I've never tried one. But I do love the Mora knives for carving. I've always loved the Mora. I really like my LT Wright knife. That knife like we have on the website. Might get expensive, but it's kind of the best of both worlds. I can fillet a fish with it, and I can carve with it. I can, I feel like I could do everything with that knife. It's really nice. Love smoked trout. 87 days of eating smoked trout, 63 fish, and 2 birds. That's all I did the whole time. So I like to think I kind of mastered the art of smoking and eating trout that was had nothing on it. And it was a matter of 4 to 6 hours of smoking and then searing the trout on the coals so the skin was crispy to try to get as much flavor out of my food as possible, and then taking every bit of the remains and putting it into a soup. Juicing beets with apples and carrots. Something is seriously wrong. That's not sound good to me. I think I have had a juice like that in the past. Somebody gave me it, and then they told me there's beets in it after, and I liked it until I knew that there was beets in it, and then I could taste them. I hear a little pitter-patter of little feet behind me. Who's that there? It's the sparrow. All right, you want to tell everybody hi and goodbye?
Well, first we tell them.
What are we going to tell them? We're going to tell them about our camping trip?
Yeah.
What are you going to tell them? We're going to go up to the yurt, aren't we?
Yeah, but this is going to be for a while until Mom and Dad think of ideas and get them, and they make them up. Yeah,
well, till we get rid of Abby. She'll go spend the night with Mom, and me and you are going to go do a solo, or not so solo, a father-daughter date up at the yurt and spend the night up there.
Could you bring your Kindle in case so I can watch something?
A Kindle? Why would we bring a tablet out into the woods? We're going to watch the fire and cook stuff.
Ooh, I got a great idea. And we could tell spooky stories.
We're going to tell spooky stories in the woods, but I'll be scared. Who's going to watch out for me? Are you going to watch out for me if I get scared? I'm not allowed to get scared, am I? Because I'm Dad. You'll watch out for me if we get scared?
What will you say? Yes or no?
I will not be scared. How about that? We'll tell spooky stories and have a campfire and cook food in the woods and spend the night.
Well, okay.
You're not scared about stuff like that. Abby gets scared out of it, even if we say the word spooky.
She's a little scaredy cat.
All right. We shouldn't throw the Abby under the bus, should we?
Well, she is pretty scared.
Oh, somebody says, are you bringing any unicorns? Will you bring any unicorns on our adventure?
Only like one of my stuffies, a pegacorn. Here, let me get it.
A stuffy, a pegacorn. We'll say goodbye because we're going to say goodbye to everybody so we can spend some time and put you to bed.
Well, guess what?
What?
Did you know that one time Daddy, when he was in the woods, there was a bear said, "This is what not you were meant for," and it just goes away.
It did. Yes.
It was so funny.
It was so funny, huh? All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time. Check out that link. I just posted it again one more time. And put it up again one more time. Check out tonight's video and enjoy tonight's video. And yeehaw. I will see you guys in the next one.
Fowler family out.
That's right. Fowler's out.
Bye.
Oh, I don't see the end the stream button.
Give us a big thumbs up.
Yeah. Right there. Right over there. They're over there. See? I stick my finger in the camera. All right. Good night, guys.
See you in the next one.